Nightster Chronicles.
Working on the Nightster 06 and later from Saddlemen. We got some little wing brackets.
Saddlemen mini fairing. So we got illusion purple. It's going back together pretty well. Wow.
Thing is insane.
So fun. Nightster completed. What's up, CROOKSmoto crew? Welcome back to the channel today, guys. So today's video is the final Nightster video. So BmxJoshGreen, we started building his Nightster almost at the beginning of 2025. We have finally, in collaboration with RJ's Custom Cycles, Vertical Cycles, we have gotten Nightster completed. Today's video, we tear down the bike, rebuild it. We're gonna get into it. Let's get this Nightster finished and let's complete the Nightster Chronicles finally. Let's go.
The Dyna 06 and later bracket from Saddlemen. We had mounted it up a few times around the neck here. All this backbone of the bracket and the fact that the holes were up here made the trees want to hit every time. So we had to cut and then seal up the seam down there, and then we had to do some drop down plates so we could drop down over our brackets here and still clear the neck, have the fairing at a reasonable height and kind of look good with the bike. Then we just kind of found some big clamps and we made that work to clamp around the neck like this, base ourselves out like so, and then have the neck bracket dump on there. So
we made it work nonetheless. Clearance the bracket, figure out the clamp around the neck, Saddlemen mini fairing on the Nightster. So we also have lower brackets for the Saddlemen mini fairing.
We've got some little wing brackets that we made here. Again, we did clamp style. We're not, the world's best fabricators, but we made something work. This has been mocked up and tested and verified. So these hold the fairing on the lower there, support that. We don't have any need for any sort of a lower bar. So we're just going right off the round tubing here, clamping there, supporting the fairing. Sits pretty.
We are working on throwing the parts back on the bike now and getting this thing back to a roller. What's this powder coat color called?
The illusion purple.
So we got illusion purple, and then we got black with a, what, sparkle clear. It's going back together pretty well. Welcome back, CROOKSmoto. It's another day, dialing in the final adjustments to the Nightster. Little different than what we originally hoped. It happens when you're building a bike. We have the bike where it's going to be, given back to Josh. So let's show you. Let's look at it. All right, so as you guys can see, we did the Saddlemen mini fairing, 10-inch pullback riser by Vertical Cycles, also the Vertical Cycles gauge pod. These products are available using the CROOKSmoto 15 discount. Next up, so we did risers, powder coated the bars, we powder coated the fork lowers, the caps on the forks, the ends of the bars, the little screw ins on the end of the bars. Also had a car muffler added to the end. So we took the stock muffler off the bike and put a car muffler. We had to put a little reducer in to be able to fit to the existing header to make that muffler work. As you guys can see, looks pretty cool. We'll get a sound clip here in a second. You'll get to hear it. It makes the Nightster so loud. Now, we're not sure about tunability. Some people have done this with other mufflers. There's some new levers on the bike. We extended the gauge wiring, the handlebar wiring, all that was extended to make the risers work. We did a new brake line as well. The clutch we were able to make work with the stock length, gloss black powder coated wheels. I mean, it just looks awesome. And we also powder coated the tank. Originally the tank was gray. As you guys can see, it's powder coated gloss black now. Looks so much better. Took the badges off, but Russ is coming back on a little test ride of it. So let's go see how it rides. So you guys just heard the bike. This bike's been sitting around since February, March. So when we first turned it on, it kind of ran pretty weird, but it's running much better now. We put a bunch of fresh gas in there, but man, thing sounds insane. Much more like a motorcycle. Sounds a little different from your typical Harley. It's sounding rad. Excited to see how it just feels now with the fairing, the taller bars, foot pegs. Wow, that thing screams. The Nightster reveal. All right, take a look.
Fucking thick. Dude, that purple looks good in the sun, man.
Dude, thing is insane, dude.
I can't wait. Okay.
That first pull, it first came out, I saw he was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like,
You have to remind yourself how much power there is
oh
on
my
the
God, that
Nightster.
thing.
Front end just wants to come up so bad. The Nightster, it's pretty sick, guys. You make it look cool, you make it sound cool, possibly makes it cool. Big shout out to you guys for being patient with us on this build. Things just made it take longer. We had to minimize the scope. So came out really cool. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to CrooksMoto. Be sure to check out crooksmoto.com, and the vertical cycles parts that we put on, the foot pegs, the risers, and the gauge pod are all available at vertical-cycles.com.
Oh, so fun.
Kev, what do you think?
You got off the bike smiling ear to ear, so it's got to be pretty badass. Sounds mean, dude.
So I readjusted it and redid the tension, and it hasn't moved.
All right, guys, so as you saw, we ripped the Nightster down. We put it back together. Big shout out to RJ's Custom Cycles for really so much of the time, effort, and money in this build. Make it really happen. The powder coating and allowing us to use the shop space the entire time, and all the little other things in collaboration with Vertical Cycles that he helped us just make possible. So big shout out to Russ. If you guys aren't following RJ's Custom Cycles, please do. Also be sure to follow Vertical Cycles at their Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it took a lot of time to finish, so thanks for being patient. I know this is not some sort of huge, gigantic Nightster build. It's just what we did here over in Idaho on the Nightster on the CrooksMoto YouTube channel. Be sure to hit us in the comments if you guys have any questions on the parts or anything like that that went on the Nightster. Thank you guys so much for supporting CrooksMoto. We appreciate you. Be sure to like, comment, and hit the subscribe button if you like what we're doing. Check back next week for another video. Rock and roll.